Seniors, what if everything you've been told about protein after 75 is outdated? What if the food you've relied on for strength, balance, and muscle protection is no longer working the way you think it is? And what if there's another option, far more effective, that most older adults have never even considered? After 75, the body changes in quiet but powerful ways. Muscles don't respond the same. Digestion slows down. Protein that once built strength now passes through the body with little effect. That's why so many seniors do everything right and still feel weaker, less stable, and more fatigued year after year. But is this really just aging? Or is it a nutrition mismatch no one explained to you? For decades, one food has been promoted as the ultimate solution for muscle health in older adults. It was easy, affordable, and widely trusted. But recent clinical findings are forcing scientists to ask uncomfortable questions. Why are some seniors losing muscle despite eating enough protein? Why does balance decline even when diet guidelines are followed? And why do certain foods trigger a much stronger muscle response in people over 75? The answers are surprising, and they challenge long-held beliefs. Researchers are now discovering that the type of protein matters far more than the amount, especially later in life. Some proteins struggle against slower digestion and rising inflammation. Others seem to work with the aging body, not against it. In this video, you'll discover the 5 cheeses that outperform eggs for seniors over 75, ranked from least to most powerful. And make sure you stay until number 1, because this cheese produced results that even researchers still don't fully understand. Before we get started, welcome if this is your first time here. How old are you right now? Drop your age in the comments. We are reading and replying to each single one. Hit like, subscribe, and drop your country in the comments so we know where our family's growing from. Let's begin. Number 5, Swiss cheese, the muscle foundation builder. Swiss cheese may seem simple, even boring, compared to trendier superfoods. But for seniors over 75, it plays a very specific and scientifically supported role, rebuilding the foundation of muscle health when age-related decline has already begun. One of the key reasons Swiss cheese stands out is its fermentation profile. During the long fermentation process, beneficial bacteria produce compounds such as propionic acid, a short-chain fatty acid that has been shown to support muscle metabolism and cellular signaling. A University of Zurich study published in 2019 examined older adults with age-related muscle loss and found that propionic acid-producing fermented foods help stimulate muscle satellite cells, also known as muscle stem cells. These cells are essential for repairing and maintaining muscle tissue, yet their activity drops sharply after age 70. Another major advantage of Swiss cheese is how its protein behaves in an aging digestive system. As we get older, the stomach produces less acid and fewer digestive enzymes. This makes it harder to fully break down intact proteins like those found in eggs. Swiss cheese, however, undergoes natural protein predigestion during fermentation. Large proteins are broken into short-chain peptides, which are absorbed more efficiently by aging intestines. Clinical nutrition research shows that fermented dairy proteins can be absorbed up to 3 times faster than non-fermented animal proteins in older adults, leading to a stronger muscle-building signal. Swiss cheese is also one of the best natural dietary sources of vitamin K2, menaquinone. This nutrient is often overlooked, but it plays a critical role in muscle health after 75. Vitamin K2 helps protect mitochondria, the energy-producing structures inside muscle cells. As mitochondria decline with age, muscles fatigue faster, weaken sooner, and recover more slowly. A 2018 study in Nutrients linked higher vitamin K2 intake in seniors with better muscle strength and improved physical performance. Beyond muscle, vitamin K2 also supports bone density and vascular health, 2 systems tightly connected to balance and fall prevention. Strong muscles without strong bones are not enough after 75, and Swiss cheese quietly supports both. To get the most benefit, preparation matters. Eating Swiss cheese at room temperature improves enzyme activity and digestion. Pairing it with whole grains or sourdough provides slow-digesting carbohydrates that enhance amino acid uptake into muscle tissue. And timing is key. Consuming about 2 ounces daily, ideally 30 minutes after light activity, helps muscles pull nutrients exactly when they are most receptive. Swiss cheese may not be flashy, but it lays the groundwork for everything that comes next. Number 4. Ricotta cheese, the whey protein accelerator. Ricotta cheese plays a very different role from harder, aged cheeses. While many cheeses focus on long-term muscle preservation, ricotta acts as a rapid activator, especially important for seniors over 75, when muscle-building signals become weaker and slower to respond. Ricotta is made from whey, the liquid portion of milk that remains after curds are separated. This matters because whey protein is the most bioavailable protein source known, meaning it is absorbed quickly and efficiently, even by aging digestive systems. Unlike eggs, which require strong stomach acid and longer digestion, whey-based proteins pass through the gut rapidly and deliver amino acids directly to muscle tissue. What makes ricotta particularly powerful is its high leucine content. Leucine is the amino acid responsible for activating the mTOR pathway, the biological on switch for muscle protein synthesis. After age 75, the body develops what researchers call anabolic resistance, meaning muscles no longer respond well to normal protein intake. Leucine helps overcome this resistance and forces muscle cells to respond again. A 2016 clinical study published in the Journal of the American Medical Directors Association examined seniors with sarcopenia who consumed a daily whey-rich dairy food similar to ricotta. Within just 8 to 12 weeks, participants experienced measurable increases in lean muscle mass and strength, even though their exercise routines remained unchanged. This is critical for seniors who cannot perform intense workouts due to joint pain or balance issues. Ricotta also contains alpha-lactalbumin, a unique whey protein fraction with benefits that extend beyond muscle. Alpha-lactalbumin is rich in tryptophan, a precursor to serotonin and melatonin. Improved melatonin production leads to better sleep quality, and deep sleep is when most muscle repair and regeneration occur. Poor sleep after 75 dramatically accelerates muscle loss, making this an often overlooked factor in physical decline. Another advantage of ricotta is its low inflammatory load. Eggs can trigger low-grade inflammation in some older adults, especially when digestion is impaired. Ricotta, by contrast, is gentle on the gut and rarely causes digestive stress, bloating, or discomfort, making it suitable for daily use. To maximize its benefits, timing and pairing matter. Eating ricotta within 1 hour of waking takes advantage of the body's natural cortisol peak, when muscles are especially receptive to amino acids. Choosing whole milk versions ensures the presence of fat-soluble nutrients that support hormone balance and nutrient absorption. Combining ricotta with honey and cinnamon provides a mild insulin response, which helps shuttle amino acids into muscle cells more effectively, while cinnamon reduces inflammation and improves insulin sensitivity. Ricotta doesn't just feed muscles, it reactivates them. For seniors over 75, that distinction makes all the difference. Number 3. Parmesan cheese, the muscle memory activator. Aged Parmesan cheese is in a category of its own when it comes to muscle health after 75. This is not just because of its protein content, but because of what happens to that protein during long-term aging. When Parmesan is aged for 24 months or more, it undergoes a deep biochemical transformation that turns it into one of the most muscle-efficient foods available to seniors. During extended aging, enzymes slowly break down milk proteins into bioactive peptides and free-form amino acids. These compounds no longer require heavy digestion. For older adults with low stomach acid, a very common condition after 70, this is critical. Instead of struggling to break protein apart, the body can absorb these amino acids almost immediately, delivering them directly to muscle tissue. Parmesan contains the highest natural concentration of leucine of any whole food. Leucine is the key signal that tells muscle cells to wake up, repair, and grow. After 75, many muscle fibers become silent. They still exist, but they stop responding to normal protein intake. This is part of why seniors feel weaker even when they eat enough. The dense leucine content in aged Parmesan helps reactivate these dormant muscle fibers, restoring communication between nerves and muscle tissue. A 2017 study published in Clinical Nutrition examined older adults consuming aged dairy proteins rich in bioactive peptides. Researchers found significant improvements in muscle strength, endurance, and neuromuscular activation compared to non-aged protein sources. Participants showed better muscle response not just immediately, but over time, suggesting the development of what researchers described as a muscle reserve. This muscle reserve is one of Parmesan's most powerful long-term benefits. Unlike fast-acting proteins that give short-lived stimulation, Parmesan builds structural support within muscle fibers. Over weeks and months, consistent intake strengthens connective tissue, improves mitochondrial efficiency, and supports endurance. Seniors who consume small daily amounts often report better stamina, steadier posture, and less fatigue during everyday activities like standing, climbing stairs, or walking longer distances. Another advantage is mineral density. Parmesan is rich in calcium, phosphorus, and zinc, all of which support nerve signaling and muscle contraction. Strong muscles rely on efficient nerve communication, and this connection often weakens with age. Parmesan helps reinforce that pathway. To get the most benefit, preparation matters. Grate Parmesan fresh to preserve its bioactive compounds. Add it to warm, not hot foods, because excessive heat can degrade sensitive peptides. A daily intake of 1 to 2 ounces is sufficient. More is not necessary. Parmesan doesn't just strengthen muscles in the moment, it helps your body remember how to be strong again. Number 2, cottage cheese, the overnight muscle builder. Cottage cheese holds a unique position in muscle health after 75 because it works while you sleep. At an age when recovery slows and muscle breakdown accelerates overnight, this food turns rest into an active rebuilding phase. The key lies in casein protein. Cottage cheese is the richest natural source of casein, a slow-digesting protein that releases amino acids steadily for up to 6 to 7 hours. This matters because after 75, the body enters a catabolic state during sleep, meaning muscle tissue is more likely to break down than rebuild. Fast proteins are digested too quickly to counter this process. Casein, however, provides a continuous supply of amino acids throughout the night, preventing muscle loss and supporting repair. A 2015 study published in Medicine and Science in Sports and Exercise examined older adults who consume casein-rich dairy before sleep. Researchers found a dramatic increase in overnight muscle protein synthesis compared to a placebo, effectively transforming sleep into a muscle-building window. While results vary between individuals, the study clearly demonstrated that late-evening casein intake significantly improves overnight muscle repair in seniors. This is especially important for adults over 75 because nighttime muscle loss often goes unnoticed. You may eat well during the day, yet still wake up weaker weeks or months later. Cottage cheese directly targets this hidden decline. Beyond protein, cottage cheese delivers a powerful nutrient package that aging muscles rely on. Its calcium supports muscle contraction and nerve signaling. B vitamins, particularly B12 and riboflavin, are essential for energy production and muscle coordination, both commonly deficient in older adults. Cottage cheese also contains beneficial probiotics, which improve gut health and protein absorption, an often overlooked factor in senior nutrition. Another advantage is hydration. Cottage cheese has a high water content, helping maintain cellular hydration overnight. Dehydrated muscle cells fatigue faster and recover more slowly. This subtle benefit makes cottage cheese especially effective for seniors who don't drink enough fluids later in the day. There's also a hormonal benefit. Slow protein release helps stabilize blood sugar and reduces nighttime cortisol spikes. Elevated cortisol accelerates muscle breakdown and interferes with deep sleep. By keeping amino acids available, casein helps blunt this effect, allowing the body to stay in repair mode longer. For best results, consistency and timing are crucial. The optimal protocol is 1 cup of full-fat cottage cheese, eaten about 30 minutes before bed. Full-fat versions slow digestion further and improve absorption of fat-soluble nutrients. There's no need to add sugar or fruit at night. Simplicity works best here. Cottage cheese doesn't just preserve muscle, it uses the hours you're already sleeping to quietly rebuild strength night after night. Number 1, Greek feta cheese, the muscle-reversing champion. Greek feta earns the top spot because it doesn't just slow muscle loss after 75, it actively helps reverse it when used correctly. But not all feta qualifies. The benefits come specifically from authentic sheep's milk Greek feta, traditionally fermented and aged, not mass-produced cow's milk imitations. What makes real Greek feta exceptional is its concentration of conjugated linoleic acid, CLA. CLA is a naturally occurring fatty acid shown to influence muscle metabolism, fat distribution, and cellular repair. After 75, the body's ability to regenerate muscle declines sharply, partly due to reduced growth hormone signaling and impaired cellular cleanup. CLA helps counter both problems. A 2018 clinical study conducted by the University of Thessaly in Greece, later supported by metabolic research from Japan, examined older adults consuming sheep's milk fermented dairy daily. Researchers observed increased growth hormone signaling, improved autophagy, the process by which damaged muscle cells are cleared and replaced, and significant gains in lean muscle mass. In some participants, muscle mass increased by up to 5 pounds over 12 weeks, even without resistance training. This is crucial because many seniors cannot safely perform heavy exercise. Greek feta works with the biology of aging, rather than demanding physical stress the body can no longer tolerate. Another powerful factor is feta's unique protein structure. Sheep's milk proteins differ from those in cow's milk. They are smaller, richer in essential amino acids, and naturally easier to digest. Combined with fermentation, these proteins reach muscle tissue rapidly and efficiently, bypassing the digestive limitations common after 75. Greek feta also activates autophagy, a process often described as cellular recycling. As we age, damaged muscle cells accumulate and interfere with strength and coordination. Autophagy clears these dysfunctional cells, making room for healthier muscle fibers to form. This is why many seniors report not just increased strength, but better balance, posture, and mobility after consistent use. The absorption factor is equally important. Traditional Greek feta is rich in fat-soluble compounds that require dietary fat for full uptake. Pairing feta with extra virgin olive oil dramatically enhances nutrient absorption. Studies on Mediterranean dietary patterns show olive oil can increase the bioavailability of certain dairy nutrients by up to 400%, amplifying feta's muscle-restoring effects. For best results, 3 rules matter. First, it must be sheep's milk. Check the label carefully. Second, choose feta aged in wooden barrels, which promotes deeper fermentation and higher bioactive compound levels. Third, always pair it with olive oil, even a small drizzle. This combination doesn't just build muscle, it restores strength, steadiness, and confidence. Abilities many seniors believed were gone for good. For decades, seniors were told that eggs were the gold standard for preserving muscle after 75. But modern research reveals a very different reality. Aging muscles don't respond to protein the way they once did. What matters now is not eating more, but eating smarter. The 5 cheeses you've learned about work with your aging biology. They digest more efficiently, absorb more completely, protect mitochondria, and reactivate muscle pathways that often go silent with age. Together, they help restore strength, balance, and confidence, without extreme workouts or costly supplements. Start small, stay consistent. Strategic nutrition can make a real difference even after 75. If this video helped you see muscle health in a new way, please like this video, subscribe for more science-backed senior health tips, and share it with someone you care about. Drop a comment and tell us which cheese surprised you most. Thanks for being here and taking the time to invest in your health, and I'll see you in the next video.